Precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by J. Ogaraj and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. The President emphasizes the importance of increasing the per capita of Sri Lankans to $8,000 by 2030. Disaster Management Centre says dry rations and other relief assistance are provided to the people affected due to the prevailing inclement weather condition. More than 55,000 families have been affected due to this inclement weather condition. 19 deaths have been reported so far. Daily coronavirus case count moves to 2,610 yesterday. 1,670 more recoveries were also reported. 47 more COVID-19 deaths pushes toll to 1,789. The Parliament will meet today at 10 a.m. Few amendments to Financial Allocation Act will be taken up for debate today. News overseas. US approves first new Alzheimer's drug in 20 years. In sports, Ben Stokes is set to play his first T20 Blast game for nearly 3 years next week. We move on to local news in detail now. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa inaugurated the Sri Lanka Investment Forum 2021 yesterday. Speaking at the occasion, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa said the present government has ambitious targets to develop Sri Lanka into a regional hub. The head of state said prospective investors can make use of the unique geostrategic position, political stability, robust institutions and social infrastructure of Sri Lanka and further their business interests. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa also said Colombo is one of the most attractive and livable cities in the region and its value will soon be enhanced with the completion of the Colombo Port City project. The President also emphasized the importance of increasing the per capita of Sri Lankans to $8,000 by 2030. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa added that the present government has been making changes to legacy legislation and regulations that impede investments. President Rajapaksa also encouraged business leaders to invest in transshipment and logistics sectors that are thriving in the current climate. The President noted that Sri Lanka for years have been the hub that connected the East and West and therefore new investors will be able to deal with global partners from Colombo. The Parliament will meet today at 10 a.m. Few amendments to Financial Allocation Act will be taken up for debate today. The parliamentary session is limited to 6 hours. The decision was taken yesterday during the party leaders' meeting. Disaster Management Centre says dry rations and other relief assistance are provided to the people affected due to prevailing inclement weather condition. Meanwhile, the relevant district secretary stated that an assessment process is being carried out to assess the damages caused to the general public due to the adverse weather condition. Accordingly, district secretaries of 10 affected districts have given instruction to the relevant officers to conduct and assess process in this regard. More than 55,000 families have been affected due to this inclement weather condition. 19 deaths have been reported so far. 1,025 houses are partially damaged due to this condition, out of which 20 houses has been fully damaged. Kagal District Secretary Mahinda S. Veerasurya said 228 families in this district have been affected and a sum of 6 million rupees has been allocated for relief assistance. The Epidemiology Unit of the Health Ministry reports that another 650 persons have tested positive for COVID-19 in Sri Lanka, moving the daily total of new cases to 2,610 yesterday. This brings the total number of confirmed cases of coronavirus reported in the country to 207,943. As many as 176,045 recoveries and 1,789 deaths have been confirmed in Sri Lanka since the outbreak of the pandemic. The epidemiology unit's data showed that 30,156 active cases are currently under medical care. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
Continuing with more stories here at home. The Ministry of Health says that another 1,670 patients who were being treated for COVID-19 have been discharged after completing their recovery yesterday. This increases the country's coronavirus recoveries to 176,045. Sri Lanka has thus far confirmed a total of 207,943 positive cases of COVID-19, while 29,506 patients infected with the virus are currently under medical care. The death toll due to the virus currently stands at 1,789. The Director General of Health Services confirmed that Sri Lanka has reported 47 more deaths related to COVID-19 pandemic yesterday. As per the Department of Government Information, the reported deaths had occurred between 17th May and 7th of June. They are identified as residents of Alpitiya, Watugahamulla, Dankotuwa, Maravila, Valapane, Dadigamuwa, Vattala, Matara, Hatton, Galagedara, Vallampitiya, Uragaha, Horana, Gonapala North, Paragastota, Gonapala, Dehiwala, Colombo 9, Talavakale, Nuwareliya, Trincomalee, Alawa, Nigambu, Gaul, Kalutara, Darga Town, Angoda, Nathandiya, Valahapitiya, Haburugala, Morantudua Panadura, Maho, Polgahavala, Ibagamuwa, Kandy, Bulat Sinhala, Akurana, Dehiyattakandiya, Pugoda, Dompe and Viangoda. Accordingly, the total number of deaths due to COVID-19 infection in Sri Lanka has risen to 1,789. That's local news.
Nobody tells time like this. So why do you still pay with cash when you have People's Pay mobile app from People's Bank? Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Health Ministry says the rat fever is on the rise. According to the latest statistics, 2,700 patients have been reported so far during this year. Highest number of patients have been reported in the months of March and April. Meanwhile, more patients have been identified in Gaul, Ratnapura and Kalutara districts.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And on Watchlight, the motorists coming into the city limits are advised to follow the sticker system strictly. The police said colour codes were given yesterday. The colour codes are given according to the necessity, requirement, frequency of travelling, occasional travelling and other requirement of essential services. Police spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana warned that any attempts to alter the passenger information on the stickers will be futile as the stickers have their own security features. The stickers will be issued after checking the workplace identity card, national identity card and the permission letter issued by respective institutions, the police spokesman noted. Moving on to World News headlines. US approves first new Alzheimer's drug in 20 years. Peru election, Pedro Castillo gains last-minute lead. Muslim family killed in premeditated truck attack. We move on to World News in detail. The first new treatment for Alzheimer's disease for nearly 20 years has been approved by regulators in the United States, paving the way for its use in the UK. Aducanumab targets the underlying cause of Alzheimer's, the most common form of dementia, rather than its symptoms. Charities have welcomed the news of a new therapy for the condition, but scientists are divided over its potential impact because of uncertainty over the trial results. Left-wing candidate Pedro Castillo has edged into the lead in a dramatic twist in Peru's presidential election. With 94% of votes counted, Mr. Castillo overtook his right-wing rival Keiko Fujimori, who is running for the presidency for the third time. He has a lead of 0.1 percentage point, with just over 25,000 votes currently separating the two candidates. They have both called for calm while the count is underway. This is Peru's most polarized poll in recent history. Finally, on world news, 4 members of a Muslim family were killed in a premeditated vehicle attack on Sunday, Canadian police say. The alleged attack took place in the city of London, Ontario province. A boy aged 9, the family's only survivor, is in hospital with serious injuries. A 20-year-old Canadian man has been charged with 4 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. The attack was the worst against Canadian Muslims since 6 people were killed in a Quebec City mosque in 2017. That's on world news. We move on to development news. The government has taken effective measures to manufacture bioscientific fertilizers in the near future. This approach could be an alternative measure to promote organic fertilizers. The fertilizers could be manufactured with the support of bioscientific sources in agricultural waste. This method is identified as another alternative approach for a green technological program. That's on development news, and moving on to sports news. In cricket, Ben Stokes is set to play his first T20 Blast game for nearly 3 years next week when he makes his comeback from the finger injury he suffered in the IPL. The early stages of the Blast, which begins on Wednesday, will see a number of England players, including Jos Buttler, Johnny Bairstow and Adil Rashid, make their first appearances in the competition for several years, and Stokes, who last played in Durham's quarter-final defeat to Sussex in 2018, is among them. That's on sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
And on business news, the Commercial Bank of Ceylon has introduced a corporate fuel credit card and a prepaid fuel card that can exclusively be used for fuel purchases and will eliminate the cumbersome fuel allowance reimbursement process currently followed by most companies. Designed to benefit large companies as well as small and medium enterprises that reimburse employee fuel bills every month, these cards aim to replace company fuel books and travel voucher books and significantly save time spent on verifying bills, collating and reconciling usage information, and fretting over lost receipts, the bank said.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news. Courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
And on economic news, on the occasion of a virtual German business delegation, the delegation of German Industry and Commerce in Sri Lanka organized a conference on energy efficiency and self-sufficiency in the industry to promote opportunities of cooperation in the field of energy-efficient solutions. About 200 representatives of business, politics and media from Sri Lanka and Germany joined the virtual event, which was organized within the frame of the German Energy Solutions Made in Germany initiative of the German Ministry of Economic Affairs and Energy. The conference was open State Minister of Solar, Wind and Hydropower Generation Projects Development Duminda Dissanayake, the German Ambassador to Sri Lanka, and the Maldives, Holger Serbet, and Chief Delegate of German Industry and Commerce in Sri Lanka, Andreas Hergenrother. That's on economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Met Department says temporary enhancement to showery condition over southwestern part of the island is likely during today and tomorrow. Showers will occur at times in western, Sabaragamuwa and northwestern provinces and in Galle, Matara, Nuwara and Kandy districts. Several spells of showers will occur in Manna district. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in Over and eastern provinces during the evening or night. Heavy falls above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in Galle, Matara, Kalutara and Ratnapura districts. Fairly heavy falls above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in northwestern province and in Colombo, Gampaha, Kagol, Nuwara and Kandy districts. This weather report was published this morning at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com predicts that Colombo weather could be generally cloudy during the day. The Colombo temperature would be around 27 Celsius at the time of this news broadcast. It will go up to 28 Celsius in the afternoon and come down to 27 Celsius in the afternoon or evening. Tonight's weather will be around 27 Celsius and there will be scattered showers with occasional thunderstorm. Generally cloudy weather with intermittent clouds will prevail during the course of the day. Light showers could be expected early in the morning and in the evening. Air quality of Colombo atmosphere is excellent. The air quality index is 15, which shows excellent condition. The air quality is ideal for most individuals. Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Back to the headlines. The President emphasizes the importance of increasing the per capita of Sri Lankans to $8,000 by 2030. Disaster Management Centre says dry rations and other relief assistance are provided to the people affected due to the prevailing inclement weather condition. More than 55,000 families have been affected due to this inclement weather. 19 deaths have been reported so far. Daily coronavirus case count moves to 2,610 yesterday, 1,670 more recoveries also reported. 47 more COVID-19 deaths pushes toll to 1,789. The Parliament will meet at 10 a.m. today. Few amendments to Financial Allocation Act will be taken up for debate today. On news overseas, US approves first new Alzheimer's drug in 20 years. In sports, Ben Stokes is set to play his first T20 Blast game for nearly 3 years next week.